Yeah, we need that second camera. Oh, we're live! Yay! Hey, everybody. It's Friday. And as we've been doing now on Fridays, because it's a Friday, we're hanging out and showing you things we've done around the office and weird things we've made. Yay! Because we've got a lot of really weird stuff that we do, and we thought we'd just show things off and kind of like projects we posted that people might not have seen, and we're not going to do a full video for, but just these are weird things we've been up to. So, hey, I'm Josh from Brown Dog Gadgets, and this over there is, there's Pete.
I'm Pete. Hello.
Hey, Pete. Pete's running all the computer stuff and making sure all the camera transitions actually happen and stuff. But for the wonderful marketing stuff beforehand, you can find all of this stuff at browndoggadgets.com. Yay, marketing. Yay. All these things we show off, all the parts, all the directions, all the resources are there. All of our resources are free, whether or not you ever want to use them or not use them or have your own materials. Our resources are free. We have parts and whatnot there too if you want to buy our kits and parts, but all the resources, if you're a teacher, parent, they're there.
So wait, you're telling me like, oh, if I want to download a PDF with some cool design and then make it, I can just do that?
Yes, Pete, you totally
What does it cost?
It costs you nothing.
It's free?
It is a sheet of paper if you want to print it off.
It's amazing.
How do we make money doing that? I don't know. But we've been doing it successfully for 8 years.
We should
Yes, we've been a mildly successful small business for going on 7 years now or so. So mildly successful and with some fun stuff. And we do have fun stuff. So let's look at some of the stuff we've been doing this week, which kind of showed up to our office and kind of, wrap this up in 15, 20 minutes because you've all got stuff to do. So overhead view. Overhead, yay! So we did a really cool live stream with Make Camp or Maker Camp. What I say?
Maker Camp.
Maker Camp. I'm sorry, I'm saying that horribly wrong. We live stream the other day. We made a Bristle Bot. We're hopefully going to be doing a live stream every week with them, where we're making a project to show off, and that's working with Make Magazine, Maker Shed, Make Camp, all those wonderful Make groups. But yeah, doing some fun projects, especially stuff that kids can do themselves during this time of being stuck at home. So Bristle Bots were the thing we did. These are actually the ones we made yesterday in the video. And as always for Bristle Bots, we have directions and resources on our website because Bristle Bots are fun. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have this little guy bristle away. There we go.
Whoa, bristling.
He's bristling. And we're going to turn him off, otherwise he'll be bristling on the floor. So these guys are going away now. So those are Bristle Bots. So we did that. And we also, during our live stream this week, we did an impromptu project, something we actually had kicked around as an idea, but that we hadn't actually made before. And that was a non-sewing conductive wearable bracelet, because making a wearable bracelet with conductive thread is really like a go-to maker project using like LilyPad Arduino stuff. We use our Crazy Circuits components for sewing, but I made like a sewable bracelet back when I was a teacher 10 years ago with LilyPad Arduino stuff and conductive thread. But it's that hand sewing stuff which gets really annoying.
Ouch, I stuck myself with a needle.
I mean, it's really, the big issue is that for kids especially, they don't know how to sew. And I've done this with second grade Daisy Scouts before, and there were like 2 girls in the group who knew how to sew, and they had no problem with the project whatsoever because that's what they had done with their parents. However,
Josh, I barely know how to sew.
Yeah, I do
I'm an
too.
adult.
My Boy Scout skills are about 18 years old plus, and I barely can sew. But that being said, wearables are really fun for kids and adults to do, just putting electronics on clothing. And our Maker Tape works really, really darn well for making short-term wearables without any sewing, because it's a nylon tape. It really is it's a sticky ribbon that's conductive. And so it works really well as a flexible material. So we just put together this project, and Pete, would you go answer that phone?
Yes.
We actually have a phone in our office that's going off. I think I got one more ring before it goes to voicemail. Oh well. But so it works really well as a non-sewing bracelet. So just use some conductive tape, hooks it together. No big deal. Works well. Same thing. We have a couple different designs we put together, and then we actually made up these directions after the fact. So if you go to our website, actually later this afternoon, we haven't posted this yet. We just got finished printing these little guys off. But you'll find directions and a picture of literally these 2 different designs up there as how you can make these non-sewing conductive bracelets. And again, you can put this on literally anything. Lab coat, you name it. This way is pretty interesting too. Pete put it together so that you don't need any sort of weird sticky material. You can just run it through here like a ribbon. There you go. And this one here I just made up. This is my design where I just use some tape folded over on itself to make a nice little connection with that. But either way works. We've done lab coats with this stuff, backpacks, bracelets, hats. It works easily. It's conductive tape. Stick to something and it works well. So that's what these bracelets are. These are one of the fun things we've done lately, and this is a new project we'll post up later. But yeah, these directions are up there, and the maker tape is on our website. That's our nylon conductive tape. So these are these guys. We're going to put these off to the side now. As Pete goes off to answer the phone. We get like 2 phone calls a day here, and it's happening during our live stream when nobody else is around. So what else is showing up today? We have this project, which Pete posted just a couple days ago. It's something he had made up a while ago, but we were waiting for our potentiometer parts to show up. And these are actually our prototype potentiometer parts. We have official red ones, red PCB ones that we got from the factory this past week. And these are little 10,000 ohm potentiometers that hooked up to one of our Crazy Circuits robotics boards. And we're going to power this little puppy off, this little USB power bank here. He's pre-programmed with a code synthesizer, so you can change different musical effects on here. I don't know if I get the piezo speakers loud enough to hear this. Now, there we go. But a little synthesizer. You can change the tone, the speed, the beeping, and of course, if you have any inclination to code your own little synthesizer, you can change this all up. It's just a really simple and annoying project. There we go. To make up, we're using our 1/8" maker tape, our Crazy Circuits components, on one of our robotics boards. But you can do the same thing using regular potentiometers, regular LEDs, or regular piezo speaker with any old Arduino with our code. That's up on our website as a full step-by-step set of directions, and code is up there. So if you have Arduino components and a piezo speaker and some potentiometers, make this on your own. If you want to do it on Lego, you can do it this way. Sorry, got a office dog being very sad in the background. You can hear his little squeakiness every now and then. Sad dogs are sad.
What did I miss?
You totally missed me talking about this cool project you made, Pete.
Did you make some bleeps and bloops with it?
I did. I held up the microphone. Do you want anything about the beeps and bloops of this guy?
No, it's just, it's a 4-step sequencer. Oh. It can teach some basics of sort of wiring, programming, etc., and it's fun to make sounds.
There you go.
Yeah.
Little sound effect projects are fun. Now, actually, cool enough, as I was mentioning, that we could do stuff on clothing, you could totally make this project on a shirt with conductive thread or with our maker tape and get the exact same effect going on, make a fun sequencer shirt. I have some inappropriate knob comments in my head here.
I don't want to do that now.
No, I just got potentiometers. I'm just going to stop. There could be children watching. But that's the kind of stuff that you can do with these components. And again, it's just a regular Arduino setup. We've just got our fun little Crazy Circuits components here. I'm going to put this to the side. This is a Pete project to put together. And thank goodness our potentiometers came in, because there's so many fun things we can do with these guys. And I just had to wait for them to show up finally from China. Thanks, Chinese New Year's and COVID-19 delaying components. Not China's fault.
Indeed.
Not really. So I'll put that to the side. There we go. What else do we have? Oh, there's this guy I wanted to show off too. This is really cool. This is a full set of lessons on our website. So if you're a parent or a student who wants to learn a little bit about electricity, or a teacher wants to teach electricity, this is one of the 5 lessons we have up under our basic paper circuits folder in our curriculum and write-up. This is our dark detecting, not dark detecting, wow, conductor insulator tester. There we go, conductor insulator tester. To follow the script, it's not even in front of me. We don't
Friday,
have the script.
It's been a long week.
It is. I need more, now kicking cameras. What am I doing?
You're fired.
I wish. I could only be so lucky. But this conductor insulator project is a very simple, fun way to have kids test out whether or not something's a conductor insulator. It's essentially a red LED, binder clip, little coin cell battery, and we have maker tape that comes out and folds back on itself so it's not sticky on either side. And we threw some paper clips on the end for good measure. But if you touch them together, you have a complete circuit. Oh. But the cool thing is you take it over to something else, say another piece of material, and hey, is this a conductor insulator? You can just touch it to both sides, and does the light turn on? Well, this maker tape, being conductive tape, is of course a conductor. How about the paper? Is it a conductor? No, it's not.
What if you stuck it on your tongue?
Maybe. Actually, the moisture in your tongue would be a conductor. However, this little battery doesn't have a high enough voltage to go across. You need a 9 volt to do that, which would blow out the LED.
Gotcha.
This also goes along with lesson number 5. So this is lesson 4 in our 5-day lesson set. Lesson 5 is actually taking a cup of water and putting more and more salt into it to see how much salt it takes to make like this LED turn on like regularly. If you measure this as a perfect conductor or as best as you can get, just keep adding salt to that mixture, mixing it in over and over again. And you can take measurements with a teaspoon. How many teaspoons of water, tablespoons of salt does it take to make this thing turn on? And it will turn on slowly, get brighter and brighter the more salt you add, as we add more to it. Or you could use the same approach with Play-Doh or other materials. Play-Doh is conductive.
Yeah.
Or you can get real conductive Play-Doh at squishycircuits.com. Squishy Circuits. Dough made for conducting. We like squishy circuits. Matthew from Squishy Circuits, by the way, will be on next week to chat with us about conductive dough. Matthew, if you're watching, we have all your dough, and we have a lot of dough. But yeah, this is a really good activity to do with kids, whether a classroom or home, because it is just an LED, a battery, a binder clip. This is basically a tool the kids can make themselves. And it just really simple to do.
I thought you guys made a continuity tester, which if you've ever used a multimeter, one of the settings usually just make sure a circuit is connected. So sometimes they're used to like test a switch or something to make sure it hasn't broken. Again, just test the path of electricity.
That's essentially what it is, yeah. I mean, you get those continuity detectors that make the nice buzz or beep sound, beep, yeah.
We could add a beep into it.
We could, but that gets really annoying. And the nice part of this is it costs basically nothing for a classroom because you're really paying just for an LED and a battery and everything else, like a little bit of conductive tape. And we recommend not using copper foil tape for this. No. Do not use copper foil because this right here would break off within 10 seconds of a kid using it. The maker tape we have, especially doubled over, you cannot break this by hand if you're a child. You have to cut it. So they're not going to destroy anything. And just go around the classroom, try things out. I've done this at teaching events and watch teachers like, okay, teachers, find 3 things around you that are conductors. And they're testing out different things. And it's fun watching a bunch of adults in a room try to poke each other with paper clips and whatnot to see who's a conductor, who's not a conductor. But that's a general idea of this little project. But again, we have 5 lessons on basic circuitry, and they're all written for like parents and kids at home.
So could I stick those paper clips into a wall outlet?
Yes, you could, Pete. Yes, Pete, you could. Then you'd watch as you'd have sparks flying and bad things happening.
Seems like a bad idea.
It would be a very bad idea,
okay,
Pete. You can do things, but you really shouldn't.
But should I do? No, yeah, exactly.
It's plausible, but not really possible. Okay. Anyway, so this guy, David Letterman style, throw that away.
Exactly.
So, Pete, let's switch to something else you made this week.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes, let's bring into the forward view so we can check out this big guy. So this, folks, is Pete's gigantic robot buddy. Oh, wow, it's really messing up my green screen here for some weird reason. So earlier in the week on Tuesday, we did a step-by-step, there we go, on how to make a robot buddy, which is one of our three-dimensional paper crafts, vibrating motor or LED. Again, directions on our website. But Pete was like, hey, what we need to do is make a gigantic robot buddy. Oh, Pete's got, he can, thanks, Pete.
Small ones.
We got props way off to the side. Robot buddies, yay! LEDs, batteries, they light up. They have these little wonderful pull tabs we use to turn them on and off. Robot buddies. They're fun. They're easy. Basically, paper doll that you add things to and vibrates or whatnot.
But they're so short.
Yes, they are. Because like any good buddy, you got to keep them away from you. But yeah, Pete wanted to make a large one. And he's like, hey, I'm going to use this scrap of paper and make a gigantic robot buddy. And it really is just it's a let me see what's in here. Vibrating motor, self-sticking vibrating motor, and googly eyes.
There it goes. Let's get the overhead view here. Overhead. That kind of works. Yeah, you can you can see right inside of it. This is hours of fun. How long will this battery last?
I don't know, an hour or so. CR2032 at
look at that thing spin around. And look at all the googly eyes.
He did put a lot of googly eyes of various size on here. Ooh, both 12 millimeter, 16 millimeter, and 20 millimeter.
I was going to use the whole bag, but I thought we might need them elsewhere.
Like a multi-box of them from Amazon.
We have more?
Oh, we got tons.
I'll put more on there.
Kids, remember, if you go to a movie theater back when things open back up again, take a pocket full of self-sticking googly eyes. Put them on all the posters so that all the actors are like really excited to be in their movie. It is more fun than you'd ever expect.
Wow.
It's so much fun. I highly recommend it.
Does the theater approve of such hijinks?
Marcus, if you ever reopen, I'm sorry. My gift cards are useless. I got for Christmas. Still can't use them. Anyway,
I hear you.
gigantic one. It's just vibrating motor. Now we like to do this same project using a Dixie cup at teaching conferences, where it's literally a Dixie cup with a vibrating motor, battery, and a couple pieces of tape. Then we had googly eyes. I like to make mine angry with angry eyebrows and some pipe cleaners. It's a little vibro bot. They're fun, they're easy, and you could add this to anything. You can take this exact same approach and throw it on some Legos. I've had a customer send us photos of just a little basic little Lego contraption with just stuck a motor on a Lego, ran some tape around to a battery, and a Lego thing that vibrated around. Why not? So these are self-sticking vibrating motors. It's where the future is, Pete.
I think what you're saying, Josh, here is that our lessons and our plans are a good starting point, and you can kind of go on from there and go anywhere and go crazy, as it were.
Yes, you could. You could go a bit bonkers with things.
A bit bonkers.
You could do, honestly, sticking tape and LEDs and motors on random things is just a fun activity, especially stuck at home with kids doing craft projects for a while.
Yeah.
Why not? They're really their arts and craft supplies. They're just a little bit of electronics. So we're going to put this gigantic cylinder of eyeballs. This almost looks like it should be in an anime.
Robot monolith.
Like this is going to come out from a corner in an anime, and your heroes have to fight it. It's
It could.
The cube of many eyes, but it's not a cube. It's what would this be? A trapezoid? No.
I'd like to see the robot buddies kind of get in a tussle with and see if they can knock him over. That might be not now.
Two buddies enter, one buddy leaves. These are the rules of Buddy Thunderdome.
Now, Josh, while I was gone, did you get to show our resources for the bracelets or not?
Yes, I did. Well,
on the screen.
Oh, on the screen, no. Pete actually took the effort to load them up
Right.
onto our software. But these are PDFs they'll be able to download. Are they up already?
No, we'll get them up next week for you. So
Actually,
check in next week.
Could literally do it after this live stream.
We could, yes.
It would honestly take us 5 minutes. So we should just do that. So there's that. Oh, one last thing to show off here. Last week on our Hangout, if anyone actually saw that, we mentioned and showed off that we had a Microbit component for crazy circuits that we're working on, and I threw out a PCB preview. And so we've gotten a bunch of stuff showing up, and I want to give a shout out to our favorite people at Osh Park. Osh Park, yay, Osh Park. There you go. Whatever, people can find our address. Our address is on our website. Whatever. Osh Park, thanks for doing fun PCBs. So also they make stencils as well. So if you're doing surface mount soldering, so this showed up. This is our surface mount stencil. So when we get our 9 PCBs in next week, early next week, they should be shipping today. We can easily make that new board up. And I'm actually looking really forward to one other thing too, because we have in my hand here, Adafruit was nice enough to send us one of their new Clue boards, which is a Microbit compatible board. And I should grab the power bank that's down here and turn this down. There we go. Pete, let's go to the close-up camera.
Close-up camera.
So the original Microbit is really, really, really nice, and this cable is not going to work for that because it...
Would you like a micro USB cable?
I would like a micro USB cable.
All right, stall.
So we can go over this. So the Adafruit Clue, which are on our close-up camera, we can see right here. I would go around for the other office. Adafruit Clue is a Microbit compatible board that Adafruit put together. Basically, it's a Microbit on steroids. And the Microbit was already a really cool little programmable board. Came out of the UK, was given to basically, I think like every 5th and 6th grade in the country a couple years ago. But the idea was to have a all-in-one, easy-to-use programmable board with a couple sensors built in, but really kid-friendly. That's why there's only a couple of inputs, 3 volts and ground down here, because they really don't need that much. Now, the original Microbit has a little LED matrix, accelerometer, Bluetooth, a couple of buttons on there. You can do quite a few things with it, and it's pretty inexpensive, less than $20 for one of those. And compare that to like an Arduino. It's depending on your Arduino, you can get Arduinos for $5, but that had a lot more options, a little more kid-friendly. You could use it with Microsoft MakeCode, which is great visual directions. And thanks, Pete. Sure. We have like thousands of these around, literally thousands.
Where are they? Because I couldn't find.
In our warehouse.
Your Pi.
Oh no, my Raspberry Pi has been unplugged. But so Adafruit came out and said, hey, the Microbit form factor is really nice. There's all these great accessories out there for the Microbit. And let's just do that, except better.
Yeah.
And so Adafruit I think they're looking at like a $30 price point for this, compared to the $20 to the Microbit. Basically put every single thing known to man on this board. Right. There's this great color screen. Sorry, Office Dog is just being Office sad. Good office dog. You be good. It's Friday. He wants to play fetch. Great color screen on there. Still has the 2 buttons on the front. The same exact style input-output, so you can use this with pretty much any of the many, many, many Microbit accessories out there. Just plug it in like a cassette or a Super Nintendo cartridge.
Yes.
That's the best, or Sega cartridge. But they also have on the backside here everything known to man when it comes to sensors. We've got Bluetooth. We've got... Gosh, I'm going to look close on here because I totally forget. Let's switch to the other view, Pete.
Other view.
Top down. There we go. We've got reset button, Bluetooth, magnometer, temperature, humidity, pressure, accelerometer, gyroscope, a NeoPixel on there. I'm probably forgetting something else. Oh, a little piezo speaker I think is on here too, I want to say.
There's a lot going on.
Basically anything you could ever want for like an all-in-one little project is on the back of here. And it's all being output on this really nice little display, which is hard to show off, but this is actually telling us on here all the different sensor inputs. So I move it around, it's giving me gyroscope, magnometer readings, temperature. It is 25.68 degrees Celsius in this room, Pete.
It feels like it.
It really. I would have said a little less. Oh, there's a light sensor too, apparently.
Yeah.
There is a light sensor up here as well. So they seriously, $30. I don't know how Adafruit's going to make any money off this. It's insane.
Gosh, it's amazing because in the olden days, like even 5-10 years ago, right? When you get an Arduino board and you would program it, but it didn't really do anything. You could blink the LED on it until you started connecting sensors, either on a breadboard, wiring it up, or whatever. Yep. You had to get all that stuff, though. So this really, it's all in one package. You can program this thing and start playing with these different sensors and reading things right away.
Yeah, I mean, there's a gesture sensor on here too. I totally forgot.
Yeah, gesture.
You can, for the little light sensor, you can actually do gestures.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, seriously, if you are looking for something in the future that is microbitty but super more awesome, I can't wait for them to actually get these out in full production, because it's just going to put everything else to shame. Because as you're saying, if you got like an Arduino Uno plus a shield that had a bunch of sensors and doodads on there, you're going to spend like $20 to $30 for an official, an official one. I mean, even like our robotics board, which is based off the Arduino Nano or a Teensy LC, is that $10 range, and then the shield on top of it would cost at least another $10 to $20 for all this stuff, or get like the 80-in-1 gigantic packages of sensors and stuff off Amazon, and for $30, ugh.
A lot going on.
And it still has the exact same size and form factor buttons as that original Microbit, and I think they're banking to use all those accessories that are out there already. And I mean, kudos to Adafruit, and thank you Adafruit for sending us one of these for free. It was a free thing because we're working on our new board. Want to make sure our stuff worked with their stuff because they buy Bristle Bots from us, and we've always been big fans of their stuff. And I know you and I both have bought way too much Adafruit stuff for personal projects.
Yeah.
We've got tubs full of them around the office. Projects that never got made from years ago.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Hey, our LED Zeppelin was going to be amazing. An actual Zeppelin with LEDs on it that played Stairway to Heaven.
Wow.
Yeah, that never happened.
Okay. Not yet.
One day, Pete. One day.
One day.
No. We had a ZZ Top Hat was another project where we play like Sharp Dressed Man on a top hat.
Wow.
I mean, come on.
When are you going away for a week? Because I'll build all these things when you're gone.
We've got tubs full of these parts. Again, things that we got too busy to do. But this is seriously just amazing. CircuitPython, I believe. I can imagine that soon Microsoft MakeCode will probably work with it based on Adafruit's relationship with Microsoft. Mm-hmm. And the Circuit Playground's already something to do with MakeCode, and Adafruit being one of the big players. Yeah. You just assume they'd be on top of this, like frosting on pie. No, whipped cream on pie. See, it's a Friday.
Frosting goes on a cupcake, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, frosting on a cupcake. I just like strawberries on a sundae.
That you did get those on your Sunday last week.
We had an office Sunday. Sorry for people who weren't in the office. You did not get a Sunday.
Oh, geez, don't mention that part.
Felix isn't watching. Sorry, Felix. But anyway, this is the Adafruit Clue. I cannot say like anything else that's about this because it's just amazing. My only concern about this board, now as somebody who has worked with many children, especially middle schoolers, they're the most destructive thing known to man. I have a toddler. True. He is destruction incarnate.
Josh, I worked at a children's museum. They basically destroyed everything every day.
Oh, not even like when you talk about Pete at a children's museum, it's not like some science center where you get like kids from age 5 to 18. These were like elementary school kids and nothing but, right?
Oh yeah, maniacs.
Yeah, it just bonkers.
Too much energy and just let them go loose. Yeah.
So my only worry about this board is the same worry I have with anything made for education use, especially for younger kids, which happens, is that this display...
fragility there, yes.
Yeah, it's the connector, because you can see there's a little play in here. In the backside, it's got a little standard connector. That's the only thing I would ever worry about. But in general, I mean, Adafruit makes a very solid piece of hardware. Shoot, on the back they have little footprints on here. Let's go to the really close-up view so we can look at the footprints.
Close-up view.
There's little tiny footprints and a little clue with a magnifying glass.
Nice.
Like, seriously, Adafruit. I mean, that's
it's
just
that
awesome
attention
silk.
to detail, that's kind of whimsical as well.
This is why Adafruit is like the gold standard for things. They threw a NeoPixel on there just for the heck of it. Why not?
Why not?
Because you can do that.
They've got a lot of them laying around from what I hear.
They do. By the way, we have a NeoPixel Crazy Circus part that just came in as well. So
we do.
showed it off before. But yeah, just even the silk and the black PCB, it's a high quality thing. You hook up a 3.7 lithium battery to this guy as well. I have no idea what that other thing is, connector in there. Anyway, long story short, check out the Clue.
Yes.
I mean, it's a fantastic little board, and we've done literally nothing with it, but just poke around at just how awesome it looks.
I plugged it in, and again, I was amazed just at the screen and what it was showing right away. So
it's a good color screen.
It's really
seriously nice. Like, we use 7-segment displays with some of our classroom sets, and those are nice. It's just great for a little bit of data output. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
And just true to form, Adafruit puts out a quality product at a very cheap price point. And you didn't have to worry about the quality. Shoot, there's big fingerprints here above the buttons. Like,
thumbprints where your thumb goes.
Yeah, I nerd out on these things. I'm sure, and Pete does too, just because he does such a nice job. So Adafruit, as always, thanks for making cool stuff.
Yeah.
Please don't put the rest of us out of business. And I say this as somebody who, we sell Adafruit. We sell some similar-esque things too, but I mean, we're just always so awe-inspired by the quality of this. I would have never expected anybody to do this.
Yeah.
Especially the popularity of the Microbit. So. So yeah. Anyway, we're going to be done talking about this now because I think we've talked about everything we want to talk about in this. Just now, half an hour we've been here.
Has it been that long?
Because I think we spent like 10 minutes just talking about how awesome the. I love you, Clue. Should we make like Clue jokes based on Tron Legacy? Because Clue was the villain in that film. That's right. Tron Legacy, available on Disney Plus.
I didn't see it. Now it's Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's a Disney film. Tron's been Disney. You can watch it on there.
I got an idea, Josh.
What
Why don't you plug
browndoggadgets.com,
right?
We can find not the Clue because it's not our product, but it's from Adafruit. But you can find all the directions and fun things, the bracelets we did, and we'll post these up here before we leave for the day. Just tonight at the office right now, but we'll get these directions up and people can print those off and make them with a maker tape. Actually, oddly enough, the paper circuits kit that we have, because this is just a regular LED, the paper circuits kit is the way you should do this wearable bracelet, because it's the tape, the LEDs, the batteries. That works well. And we still have, I think, a few sampler packs left over on our website. Those are limited to us making a few up a week. We usually don't sell those to people, but those are $25, our sampler packs. Which should have enough to make this.
Wait, where can you get that sampler pack?
Oh, browndoggadgets.com. Also, too, if you want any of our other stuff, most of our stuff is up on Amazon as well as quite a few other websites. If you're international, if you're still watching and you're international somehow, we should have our stuff up on robotshop.com here very shortly. They ship within Europe from their warehouse as well as Japan. So I guess like a nice, 18 hours. So they're in the morning. I guess Ohayo gozaimasu to our Japanese friends. Because it'd be morning if you're live streaming this early in Japan.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, we're done.
We should talk about.
We'll be done for the week. We're done. It's Friday.
Right.
The dog wants to play outside. Our green screen is.
What do we got happening next week? What's happening next week on the show?
Next week we'll be doing some very fun things. On Tuesday we'll be doing our Straw Wars light up cards, which I should probably have one here to show off. But we're using straws and LEDs to make cool lighting effects. So we're giving laser beams and lightsabers to things. Straw Wars. You can find those on our website, directions and stuff that you papercraft. Wednesday we're doing another thing with Make Camp, and we actually do these bracelets. I want to do a wearable, so we're doing these bracelets as a step-by-step making thing with Make Camp. And Thursday, Matthew from Squishy Circus will be hanging out with us. And Friday we'll be showing off maybe some fun stuff on our sound wall.
Yeah.
We have a sound wall that's really cool. We'll show off some cool stuff with that and a few other projects we're kind of kicking around. But yeah, we can move forward with that. Maybe Pete will have the documentation done up on the little Lego robot dude.
Maybe.
That'd be kind of cool. Lego robot dude.
All right.
Anyway, we're going to get the heck out of here because it's Friday and we'll post this stuff before we leave. But thanks, everybody.
Yep.
Catch us next week, and maybe next week we'll have an outro and an intro video too. Things we're working on when we have time.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Finish.